Welcome to Beyond the Quantum Biopharma Lawsuit, an exclusive video series production of AGORACOM in which we speak to multiple investors who have suffered financial and emotional losses stemming from a $700 million lawsuit filed by Quantum Biopharma alleging that CIBC World Markets, RBC Dominion Securities, and others engaged in market manipulation in the share price of the company that was once valued at nearly $1 billion. In this exclusive series, Quantum Biopharma, which was previously known as FSD Pharma, traded on the symbol HUGE, H-U-G-E, has invited shareholders to come forward to share their personal stories with their fellow investors in order to help build an even stronger case, as well as encourage others to step forward. And today, we're happy to welcome Saleem Ahmad to the series. Saleem, welcome, my friend.
Thank you, George, for having me.
We're happy to have you, and I want to thank you for being here because I know this has been a difficult ordeal for you. I applaud you for the courage to share your story. And the first question I have for you is, tell us why you first started investing in the company and how optimistic you felt at the time about the company's future.
I started in 2018 when Canada legalized cannabis, and FSD Pharma was seen, the company working in that area. And one of my friends uh, drew my attention to this company and telling me that hey, this company has a very large co-book facility, which in fact one of the world largest indoor facility to grow medical cannabis, and which may help the others. And I heeded to my friend advice and invested at that point. In this initial stage, I invested this very not very significant amount of money, because I am not a person who have dealt in shares and stocks and all this thing, and I'm not very familiar with those. So, but it was going well, and during that time, even I got the mm, I was invited to even go to Coburg facility, and I saw that facility
Wow.
in that, and then which impressed me kind of a lot, and I invested a little more. The later on, when the FSD Pharma started diversifying, I didn't know about that, and when this sold Coburg facility, I was kind of a little bit disappointed at the time, and say, hey, what is happening, but I had already invested that at the time. But well, I again had a word with my friend who initially uh, uh, drew my attention to this company. So, and he said, FSD Pharma is diversifying in pharma, and in order to concentrate research and development, that they have to do some restructuring, so selling the facilities, and he drew my attention to the website where I saw the looking the video of if a mouse which was
Now,
uh, uh, uh,
so
paralyzed.
so wait, so let me stop you there so we don't, because we know the history of the company. The
Yeah.
bottom line is you were feeling good about the development of the company. I assume that no company is perfect. Everyone goes through little ups and downs, but you're happy with the progress of the company and this diversification. At some point, did you start to wonder why is the company's stock price not reflecting the company's movement forward? Were you starting to wonder yourself, maybe even get perplexed as to why the stock price kept on falling and not having any answers about that?
Yeah, but as I said, I'm not a very familiar with the stocks, and definitely, I never when I invested, I invested a long term, for the long term. So I didn't bother even going to the stock market and following the prices. But in some point of time, I did see why it is falling down, which it didn't comprehend, but I saw that as an opportunity to buy more, and
Right.
I kept on buying on the dips to lower my prices in that respect, and thinking it's long term, and that is just a market going up and down and that kind of thing. But I was not aware that something is going on in that respect, and but that kept me buying more.
So can I ask you, if it's okay, how much of your investment did you lose, during that relevant period between January 1, 2020 and August 15, 20? Ballpark, you don't have to, it's
No,
not an exact number, but
I don't
what do
mind
you
sharing
estimate?
that because I kept on buying. I never sold, bought and sold. I kept on buying, and I have bought around $80,000 worth of stocks. 80,000.
And what's that worth today, Saleem? Do you know
It's
approximately?
about $3,000.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. And if I can ask a follow-up question to that, and this may be harder, but did that have any impact on your personal life? Take any toll on your personal life?
Yes, indeed. This is something which is hard earned money, and I am I am my age is at 70 at the moment. I was planning to retire, but
Yeah.
because of that much of amount of money lost, I am still in the job, and I'm working on it, and that that is difficult, and as well as financially is my retirement saving is gone, and that is where I kept on worrying how to compensate that part.
I'm sorry to hear that, Salim, both the financial loss and the fact that it actually pushed back your retirement plans. I'm sorry to hear that. Let me ask you one last question. Quantum Biopharma filed that lawsuit, and then they announced the lawsuit by press release. So I'm sure that's where you saw it the first time, you read about it. What was your reaction to the allegations, the lawsuit, where Quantum Biopharma alleged that the banks and some others were actually engaged in market manipulation of the share price? What was your reaction to that? How did you feel?
My reaction, as I said, I never used to go much on the to follow the stock market and the prices and all this thing. But I was wondering why it was losing, and as soon as I saw that that's Biopharma has filed lawsuit against banks and all this thing, that shocked me, and that is the first time I came to know how the big banks or the big fishes in the market manipulate the stocks and rip off the poor smaller investors, and that is where and then I started reading, and then I came to know, and then in fact, I was repenting myself, why the heck, why I did not even follow a stock market in the beginning, and get to know all these things, right, rather than just relying on waiting up to now to know a little bit earlier.
Well, I'm sorry that you've gone through that, but the good news is that Quantum Biopharma is fighting back on behalf of the company, on behalf of its shareholders, on behalf of you. And I'm hoping that we have you back one day to discuss a successful outcome of the lawsuit, Salim, and that everything kind of gets righted again. But until then, I thank you so much for coming on here to share your story of both your happiness at the beginning, the disappointment, the surprise when you saw the lawsuit, and unfortunately the losses that you shared both financially and personally. I wish you really well, and like I said, I can't wait to have you back one day, hopefully, with a great outcome to all of this.
Thank you, George. I'm happy to help as much as possible, because it's for all the mutual benefit for everybody. If I can
Thank
help
you, Salim.
anywhere, I can. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Have a great day.
Bye bye.
The information discussed in this interview pertains to allegations that have been made in a legal filing. These allegations have not been proven in court, and all parties are presumed innocent until proven otherwise. This content is for informational purposes only and does not constitute legal or investment advice.
Smash that like button, drop us a comment and share it to fire up that engagement algo so other investors can discover this company.